NATO has been encroaching closer and closer to Russia's borders, believing that Moscow would simply sit back and tolerate it. That illusion has been shattered. Western arrogance is its greatest weakness. By constantly underestimating Russia, NATO has backed itself into a corner. Now, with a nuclear deterrent firmly in place, any Western attempt at containment becomes meaningless. The game has changed. This shift in nuclear policy also highlights a broader realignment in global security. Russia is strengthening its alliances with countries that reject Western dominance, forming new economic and military partnerships that will shape the next century. The balance of power is shifting, and the West is struggling to keep up. What does this mean for Europe? An uncomfortable truth. Nations that once relied on NATO's protection must now reconsider their security strategies. European leaders are left to face a reality they never prepared for, a world where Russian influence is stronger than ever. By placing nuclear capabilities in Belarus, Russia has expanded its strategic depth, ensuring that any aggression from NATO will have immediate and catastrophic consequences. This is deterrence in its purest form. So what's next for the so-called peace talks between Russia and the West? The answer is simple. Russia is in control. The West must either acknowledge this reality or continue its downward spiral into irrelevance. As the West scrambles for a diplomatic solution, let's not forget they were the ones who fueled this war in the first place. Now, with Russia holding all the cards, any negotiation will happen on Russia's terms. Not Washington's, not Brussels, Moscow's. The pattern has been clear from the beginning. The West provokes, Russia responds decisively. And then the same Western leaders who created the problem suddenly plead for peace talks. But this time it's different. Russia is not just responding, it is actively shaping the future. The US and its allies have no viable path forward. They have exhausted their economic and military leverage, and now they are left grasping at straws, hoping Russia will agree to their terms. But why should Moscow compromise when it has already won? Western elites are now faced with an uncomfortable truth. Their dream of a weakened, fractured Russia is dead. Instead, they are witnessing the rise of a stronger, more unified, and more determined Russian Federation. And the best part? They have no one to blame but themselves. Western governments will have to reckon with the consequences of their failed policies. As economic crises mount at home, public discontent in Europe and the US continues to rise. Protests against rising costs of living, failed foreign interventions, and corrupt leadership are becoming more frequent. The question is, will these leaders realize their mistakes before it's too late? The message is clear. Russia isn't backing down. The Western world can either accept reality or continue their self-inflicted humiliation. Either way, the outcome remains the same. Russia prevails.